We're joined by former Caps forward, current Michigan State forward, and Nashville Predators draft pick, Ryker Lee, on the Play It Again Sports Intermission Report. Rykes, how's Michigan State?
It's awesome. I'm loving it here. Having a great time. The team's doing well, so yeah, it's great.
Got off to a quick hot start there, almost a point per game freshman year, not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean it's going good. Playing with a lot of good players and just finding some success, which has been nice.
A lot of success is something I would say you probably had in Madison too. USHL Rookie of the Year. You look back at your time in Madison. Overall, what's your takeaway from your year and 2 games and a playoff run on top of that?
Yeah, I think that year was huge for me. Just as a player in my development, I feel like from the start of the year to the end of the year, I was a completely different player, and it's definitely helped the jump to college a lot. You know, you're playing the best competition every night, and also in practice every day too. So yeah, I love my year in Madison. I think it was huge for me.
What's your favorite memory from Cap Ice and just with the Caps in general?
Yeah, I think it had to have been those dollar beer nights. Those were super fun. And then I also remember end of the year when we were playing Lincoln and Jet scored that goal to tie it late in the game. We ended up losing overtime, but that was a cool moment for sure.
Yeah, it was sweet. I mean, it was just a fun team last year.
Yeah,
Sad it kind of got cut short there by Dubuque,
yeah,
but
that sucks.
we had quite the crew up front with you, and I know the Caps definitely could always use a Ryker Lee in the lineup. And you look with the new arena coming next year. I don't know. Do you get a chance to look at that? The release came out yesterday.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Like that's exciting. I'm just 2 years early for that, but yeah, I think it's really good. Going to be really good for the program there.
Uh, Speaking of the program, you're the first round pick to come out of the Capitals program. What does that mean to you, and how was that whole draft process? Because Caps fans might not have heard from you since then.
Yeah, the draft process was crazy. Like I never really thought I'd ever get picked in the first round. So for that to happen was pretty special for me and my family. And then like for Madison, I think it just shows what a long way the program, the organization has come. And I think that, maybe I was the first round pick, but I think there's going to be more for sure.
We like that. We like to hear that. With that being the first round pick, like, did the whole draft process kind of live up to expectations? The pre-draft interviews, the actually going to the draft, meeting the commissioner. Is there any like funny story, good stories in there that Caps fans might like to hear?
Yeah, I think like all of it was pretty surreal. The combine was super fun. I think a lot of questions there were tough, but it was a good experience. And then I think a story like from the draft was walking up on stage and shaking Bettman's hand. I think I was like shaking when I was going up on stage, so nervous, and he was like trying to have a conversation with me up there, like asking me where I was from, and I was just like I couldn't hear a word he said. I was just like yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was pretty funny.
I see a Caps jersey in the background. Is that the Preds jersey next to it that you got?
Yeah, I got both those jerseys up there. It's just the way to decorate the room.
Not a big deal. Not a
Yeah.
big deal. We like to see that. My favorite moment of the draft week, which I'm sure you were just wondering about. No, I'm just kidding. Aiden Park. I know you played with him. You played with
Yeah.
Green Bay. You were in the press conference, your introductory press conference when he got drafted. How funny was that moment for you?
Yeah, that was crazy. Like I didn't even know there was a TV in that room playing the draft, and I just looked over my shoulder and saw him like standing up in his hoodie. I was like, "What's going on?" And then I saw he got drafted. It was the funniest thing ever. Like I was texting him. I was so happy for him. He's a kid that deserved that moment so much. So it was really cool to see. I mean, probably should have been in the suit, but it is what it is.
You got him this weekend, yeah?
Yeah, we'll be going at it. We're not friends this weekend, so.
Yeah, okay, I like that. And not friends this weekend, but you have a couple of college rivals, but a couple of former friends joining you in Minnesota coming up later this month. World Juniors, the prelim rosters out
Yeah.
for the Caps. Caleb Heil there with you as well.
Yeah.
Can you touch on what that experience means to you to even be a part of it going into it and what you kind of expect there?
Yeah, I think it's a dream come true for me to have the opportunity to play in that tournament. It's something I always watched, always wanted to play in, and to get that call was super special. I think there's still more work to do. I still got to make the team. There's one more cut I think they're going to make, but I think just the opportunity we have as a country to go back to back to back at the World Juniors, something we've never done as a country, is super special, and to do it on home soil, it's a great opportunity for us.
Yeah, we like to see that for sure. Before we get into like the anything else you want to tell the Caps fans? You've been on Barstool Sports more than a couple of people I've ever seen before. First,
Yeah.
the football coach, you score on him in training camp, and then you're doing those crazy moves on the ice. I feel like you went viral a couple of times this year.
Yeah, I have. I didn't really expect for that to happen, but I just looked at my phone and kept seeing it everywhere. So that was kind of crazy cool. Yeah.
The hands. I think people always talk about the hands. How crazy? Like, where do you think of something like that?
I think a lot of that just comes from me like loving hockey, being on the ice all the time, messing around like after practice, just trying stuff, having fun, and then maybe one day try it in a game. And I guess in that moment I tried it and it worked, so I was pretty lucky.
I just remember the random stuff you would do on breakaways and just random
Yeah,
things, like the one penalty shot goal where you just all of a sudden whipped it out of nowhere. You had me
yeah.
surprised in the press box. I can imagine how you had the goalie surprised on the other side.
Yeah, those are just the things you work on when you're out there by yourself messing around, and it helps.
What's one thing that you would want to tell a future Capital to expect from Andy Brandt and company?
I think just know that he cares about you as a player. So whatever he says to you, he's trying to help you and try and just get everything you can out of it. Like doing the skill sessions video with them. They're super great about that stuff. So just trying to soak in all the information you can.
Perfect. Well, Ryker, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're off to bigger and better things than Madison, but we're happy we could play a part of your journey.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm super happy I could have played for the Caps, and it's been fun watching them this year and continuing to grow. So yeah, it's awesome.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Ryker.
Yeah. Thank you.